What about you? Do you have any close calls that were particularly close?
Well, yeah, I've had a lot of close calls. I haven't had any major injuries or anything.
Yeah.
The worst thing that ever happened to me, the worst close call I ever got. If you've seen that big yellow chipper
Yes.
that I use,
Mhm.
so the worst thing that ever happened to me was I had like two cedar branches, and they were like long and twisty.
Mhm.
And I walked up to the chipper with one in my left hand and one in my right.
Mhm.
And that thing's like 21 inches. And I put both the branches, and both of them, the two branches, so imagine one's on each side of me,
Yeah.
they went together and they grabbed my ankles.
Oh,
And
wow.
so my feet came off the ground, and the branches were chipping. And so I'm just like, I'm screaming, and my like everybody's far away too.
Yeah.
And we were on comms, seeing us, thank God. But so these two branches, they're just chipping, and I can move my arms, but I can't move my legs. They're being like held up in the air by these branches, and so I'm like going towards the feed wheels, and
Really? It's
you
dragging
see
you.
those last chance cords in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I went to pull that, but it's kind of like, close to my shoulder. I don't have a lot of leverage.
Yeah.
And nothing happens. It's still eating the branch. And that chipper, like, I could fit through that thing.
Oh,
So I
man.
pull the last chance cord and nothing happens. I pull it again and nothing happens. And then I pull it one more time as hard as I can, just enough to get it into neutral. But by now, I'm like holding my head back because the feed wheels are like inches from my head.
Really?
And
Holy.
yeah, like I thought it was done. I thought I was done.
Oh, my God.
And I'm screaming, and Brian, the crane operator, jumps off the crane and runs and slams the chipper in reverse, and it spits me out. But I mean, I felt like so powerless in
That's
that
crazy.
situation, because the
Crazy.
branches, like I said, they totally picked up my ankles. So my ankles are like, tangled up in this mess. So it's just, yeah, it was wild. And I didn't realize, like, those last chance cords actually take quite a bit of effort to pull those. So that was the most horrible
Wow.
thing. Like, I wasn't injured from that, but like that just,
Wow.
I was shook up for a while from that. Yeah, because
Oh, man.
I thought I was done.
Does your chipper...
And I knew better. This was like this was like 2 years ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
And it was like just a regular day. I wasn't paying attention. Like, I know better. Like, I know you should feed the brush from the side. And but I just walked up to it with a branch in each hand and threw it in there, and not thinking anything of it. And yeah, that was horrifying.
Yeah, that's when it happens, right?
But just not paying attention. Yeah,
Yeah.
just not paying attention. Just, no big deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was the scariest. But I wasn't injured from that, thank God.
Crazy, man.
But yeah, that was really crazy.
Wow.
Another crazy
yeah.
thing that happened one time.
Yeah.
One time, the climber, I told you, my old boss, his name was Cole, and he had a camo rope, and we had like a 250 Bandit at the time, much smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But I picked up this pile of dead hemlock dust,
Yeah.
and his rope was tangled in it, and I threw that into the chipper,
Mm-hmm.
and it just blended right in.
Mm-hmm.
And you ever chipped a rope in a disc chipper?
I haven't, but I've seen it multiple times. Oh, a disc chipper? No, I have. I've seen a drum chipper twice,
Mm-hmm.
not a disc chipper.
So I haven't seen it in a drum chipper, but I understand it's a lot worse than a disc chipper because you've got a smaller. It's just like a giant winch once it gets in there, and that thing sucks the rope in so fast that it, like, a bite of the rope, hit me in the back and slammed me into the chipper.
Oh yeah.
And broke a rib of mine.
Oh, wow.
And then the rope got tight and it actually like pulled on the climber.
Oh wow.
And like while he was in the tree. And so his flip line was around the trunk, and his feet like came off of the the tree. It was bad, and the rope snapped. Yeah, it was really bad. That was many years ago.
Oh,
but
crazy.
that was also a really crazy one.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Yeah, I've seen two ropes go through drum chippers, and in both cases, they just melted, and they didn't they didn't result in like a crazy pull. Like I've seen videos of describing what you're talking about, but when I've seen it,
Yeah,
that doesn't happen. So I don't know if
yeah.
it's
I
just
think the
coincidence
drum.
or what.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't. Well, to my understanding, I mean, the drum is like gigantic, right? I think it's a lot harder for the rope to get all the way around the drum than around the disc. Where I'm not articulate enough to
Yeah,
explain
well,
this,
well,
but
like I think the first time that I saw it, I was subcontracting, and it was an almost brand new rigging line. It was one of those bright orange. I think it's called Yale
yeah,
Buzz line. It's 1/2 inch orange rope, and it was a guy working for the tree service. I was a subcontractor, but it was this guy's first day on the job, and he was dragging brush, and same thing, like this orange rope got caught in the brush, and he threw it into the chipper, and it pulled, maybe, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 feet of the rope through it, and then it just melted it, and it broke off. And then like the next day, I remember we had we had the top off the chipper. We were trying to peel off this melted rope off the drum. So
weird.
yeah.
Yeah, I tell new guys if with my ropes anywhere in the vicinity, I just say, hey, if my rope goes in the chipper, then I'll die. And then
Oh,
they look
absolutely. Yeah.
really horrified,
Yeah.
and I just leave it at that.
Yeah.
You know? Like that kind of gets it across,
Yeah.
whether it's true or not. They need to act like it's true.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, that's so dangerous, man. Having a rope
Exactly.
go through chippers,
And you know what?
so
That
dangerous. And like Jerry Brannick was saying, I've worked with a lot of guys, like they'll just coil up the rope and just take it up there with them
yeah.
rather than leave it on the ground.
Yeah.
A lot of old school guys have tried that. It's really heavy.
It is.
I'm not a
Yeah.
fan. Yeah,
I've like clipped the rope bag to my saddle and just bring up the whole bag. And that way if I have to toss it down, it's just
yeah,
I don't have to uncoil it or anything. I just toss the bag down. But
yeah. That's a better way to do it.
it's similar to
So
what we were talking about earlier about the flip line testing. You know what I mean? It's this thing that you tell people, but you've never actually tried it. You know what I mean? But like, and it's something that you don't want to experiment with, is, putting a rope into the chipper and just to see what happens. Just assume
yeah,
just assume the worst possible outcome, I think. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, exactly.